Alright, the Ultras are in and we're back for Match of the Day. A big welcome to everyone here tonight. The first Match of the Day of the season 67. And of course it's a big one at the top of Super League 2 between Birmingham City and Sporting Lisbon. Of course, a big thank you tonight to our fantastic sponsors. Wow, GSG TV. This is going to be the place that you want to go and get your content from. Great media team, great marketing team. They're going to be a great platform to keep your eyes peeled on. A big thank you and a big privilege and pleasure to be with them here tonight. Of course, listen, a huge game though, a huge game, because we talk about early on in the season, so much can happen, so much can change, and this is one of those kind of fixtures tonight between Sporting and Birmingham City, second and fourth, where you're looking back at the end of the season and you're saying, okay, this was the make or break point. This is the game where we won and it got us the title. This is the game which we lost and it cost us the title. It's one of those kind of games. 9 goals scored, 4 conceded from Sporting. 8 goals scored, 4 conceded from Birmingham. Of course, they've played 2 games tonight each. This is their 3rd game. 9 points against 10 points. Sporting, of course, coming up as the champions from last season's Division 3. Birmingham, of course, a team that impressed so much in the pre-season cup. I think this could be an absolute barn burner. It could be a game which ends up being a 0-0 and we've picked horrendously, or it could be a 5-5 draw, one of those types of games. Of course, the Sporting squad looks like this. You've got key names to look out for. Jay Hypes continues to build one of the most underrated teams in the business. Luke, of course, as we know him, or Lukey, as I know him, fantastic player. Holmesy, a bit of an attitude, but a great player in big matches. Quino as well, same again. They've got some real match winners in the squad, but it all depends on who makes the lineup. Everyone in a game like this wants to be in the 11. Going over to Birmingham though, my favourite tonight. Sorry Sporting, but there's so much talent and quality. I love this lineup, this squad that Ben Doki and the boys have produced. Big fans of Harry, big fan of Doyle, big fan of Rama on his day when he gets his goal boots on. Master Mark, Taylor, Kaiser Blue, all of these guys, it just screams excellence on this team. And you can see that with the results they've picked up. The only game in which they've suffered a loss in so far was Man City, who lead the league as things stand. So there you have it. We're kind of set and ready for it. It's a big one at the top of Super League 2. It's a huge one, and it will come down to who is more clinical in front of goal. Sporting, 2nd place, 10 points against Birmingham City, 4th place, 9 points. We can go over and up to it. And for the captains of Birmingham and Sporting, a big thank you for waiting for us and allowing us to get that build up in. You are clear to go in. Let's get this link going and see who comes away with the victory here tonight. What a game it's going to be. Look, you've even got Harry Cam there in the bottom left-hand corner. This is wonderful. Fantastic stuff here from Birmingham City. Let's see who is going to be the magic man in this team tonight. The wide midfielders, keep an eye out for them, man. Kaiser Blue and Taylor 32, they're dangerous, they're tricky. Got a little bit of that Eden Hazard, a little bit of that Neymar sauce in their locker. But again, I think the core of this team as well. You talk about defensive cores, Echo Doki and Rama, an underrated defensive midfield pivot, and the back line again, Doyle, Mastermark and Chaz Dino, absolutely top tier. So I can't see a weak point in this team. I really can't. The weak point in this team, in fairness for Birmingham City, have been the EA servers. They had a real tense one yesterday night that I tuned into, where they got desynced. You know, they got desynced and they had to kind of hang on for the victory, to hang on for the win. So they've got that little bit of that resilience about them, don't they? But for the time being, they're ready and they're awaiting the Sporting Lisbon bus. Whenever Sporting and Birmingham are good to go, we are good to go. So as I said, we don't want to wait and keep you here for too long. Don't want you to be playing at 10, 11 o'clock at night. So whenever you two squads are ready to go in, you can go. And a big thank you as well to Alan 2324-1 and also Charlie 4 for the follow. And also Chrissy, God bless, for the tier 1 resub. Anyone needs a 130 ping wide mid, sign me, I'm lonely. Hey, listen, they'd be absolutely delighted to have you, son. They would. Let's go, Gringo. You ready to see me miss all the shots? I better not be. I better not be the maestro Ben Doki. That is quite something. That's quite something. Real fans in the background. Just a backing track. Just a backing track. Thank you so much again to Houston 1991 as well. We're going full stream. Sit back, relax. Whether you're in the UK, the United States, whether it's pitch black outside or the sun's just starting to go down, strap in for a really, really fun game here tonight of 11v11 clubs on FC26. Remember, for those guys tuning in from GSG TV, may never have seen this mode before. This right here, 11v11, every single player you see on the pitch is user controlled. 22 players on the pitch, one team of 11 against another team of 11. It is a top-of-the-table clash. Birmingham City tonight, of course, in the blue, whereas in the green and white stripes, you've got Sporting, who are again chasing back-to-back promotions, back-to-back title charges. Lovely ball there, immediately put through, but immediately stifled by Sporting. Oh, that's a bit of a touch there from the Sporting Lisbon player, but immediately won the aerial duel. Back out, of course, to Rama, who delivers a fantastic ball. Look at this already. Tays going through, and again, a bit of an edgy and nervy start here from Sporting, who maybe, again, a lot of them the first time on a match of the day broadcast, they're not used to the bright lights, the pressure. They're going to have to find themselves. The one thing that I do like that the Sporting team does, though, is their defence. Just watch it. When Birmingham City go down the other end, you'll see their defence really compacts. That can be a benefit and a drawback. You have that kind of tightness, but then, of course, if you hit the wide sides, the wide angles, the left and right wing, then you're in some deep trouble because they can exploit the space. Birmingham City, though, a great start. They defend the corner, and now here they go right through the middle of the park once again. Eko Doki plays on down. Kaiser Blue over to Master Mark, and they love to spread the football. Do Birmingham City. They love a possession-based style of play. Lovely little conversion there on the over-the-top ball. Nearly gets to their man, and nearly could have been bobbled over the keeper, but again, the Sporting keeper so far in between the sticks, razor sharp. He is eagle-eyed tonight. Harry there goes forward into Tays, but in the end that one there stifled. There's Luke, goes over into the middle of the park. Here comes Spacey now. Again, we haven't really seen too much in this opening 10 in-game minutes from Sporting inside the opposition's half. They have to make the most of these opportunities. The ball bundling through there. Doyle, in the end, the gaffer, gets that one clear and away. Does feel like Sporting are starting to kind of build into this game. They're starting to get their feet wet, so to speak. Eko Doki going to need to be a little bit careful and plays the ball off the Sporting player. Goal kick in the end. So 13 minutes of play, and still this kind of tension exists. It's going to be a midfield battle, absolutely, between these two teams. They play so similar. Such great quality from either side. A little over-the-top ball again. Yeah, you can see Birmingham wanting to go for that direct route. And I think the calls from the captain, I think Doyle's got maybe kind of, grab him by the side here early on and say, listen, boys, we don't need to go over the top every time. We can play right through them. Spacey here on the left-hand side, though, for Sporting. A dangerous attack here. Luke W. driving into the middle of the park here. And that one, an awkward punch, off angle and off balance from the goalie. Sees this one go out for a corner kick. That was a close one there. Birmingham maybe getting their first little warning shot from Sporting in the white and green hoops tonight. This one sent in towards the front stick, and that one could have been dangerous. Wow, oh wow. We know Sporting love a set piece. We saw it so many times last season. They are experts at the dark arts of corners, aren't they? They are. However, Birmingham survive it, and now they're going to be locked in a little bit more. Kaiser Blue goes up there into Naughty. Naughty that links that one towards the outside mid, but that bright red traffic cone of an afro for Sporting there, handling business. Birmingham here, back to their keeper, safe hands for Nathan in between the sticks so far. Again, you had the kind of first 10 minutes being very much Birmingham orientated in blue, and then the kind of second 10 minutes of this half being very much orientated by Sporting. Another over-the-top direct ball here, but not finding its justice, not finding that kind of that clean passageway through Sporting's defence. That's a big compliment to Sporting, who have continued to set up here brilliantly. Maybe they'll be thinking about a draw tonight. I mean, listen, early on in the season, these two drawing against each other wouldn't be a negative result. It wouldn't feel like it's the end of the world. You're not talking about, match day, 7 of match day 8. You're not talking, 20 games in out of 21. You're talking about only 4 games in so far. So, it really depends. Some people, in their playing days, I mean, when I used to play for AC Milan, I feel like I'm talking like I'm Carl Froch, talking about his historic boxing career when I talk about Milan. But when I was at Milan, I used to love getting these games done and dusted early because it sets the foundation for the season. You know, if you win this game, that you've got the bragging rights and you've got a little bit of momentum in your sail. And, if you lose this game, you've got to pick up the pace going into next weekend. You have to be embracing of these games. You can't want them to be at the very end. You don't control your own destiny if they're at the end of the season. Slips can happen. Rama there goes down into Harry. Harry now open space, plays into the middle of the park. Eko Doki plays it on down now into Righty, goes over into Kaiser Blue, back across here into Doki. Doki not able to kind of see his striker bundle through. This is what I mean, the compactness, the centralisation of the defence right now is really helping Sporting. They are blocking up that middle section of the attacking field. And I think Birmingham are going to need to use their wide midfielders here tonight. It wouldn't surprise me if we start to see Kaiser Blue, for example, playing almost as like a left forward, I think he's going to need to stay high and tight. 31 minutes in, another one of these devastating Sporting Lisbon corners to come here. Can they find a conversion? Sends that one in, punches away. Nathan there, fantastic work, flicks on down, goes to Spacey, links that one back in, off the chest here, Sporting Lisbon, a big shot, a big chance, but it was right at the keeper, and Nathan there in between the sticks for Birmingham, not really phased. It was a very easy shot to follow, but the momentum, the motivation, the belief of this Sporting team now going to start to come alive. The first big opportunity of the night falls to the team in white and green, and they're still not away here in the middle, and that's there, that's in, and that's a Sporting goal, and it's been coming for the last 10-15 in-game minutes. They've put the clamp on Birmingham, and that is 1-0 to Sporting in the white and green. I tell you though, it's a great goal, but not enough praise, I think, has been given to how this defence of Sporting has played so far. I say that, they nearly conceded a goal, but they were so compact to kind of weather all of those attacks from Birmingham. 1-0 to Sporting, and now it's a Birmingham City corner. Couldn't they find an instant equaliser? Flicks on down, it flashed across the face of goal, didn't it? Taking touches here as Sporting. What are they doing? Craziness from the defence. Got to just clear your lines. That one there back down across to the right-hand side of Birmingham. Harry here on the ball, twisting and turning like a blue Beyblade, isn't he? All the way into Sporting territory, but Sporting have their bodyguard on that left-hand side come up and effectively pickpocket the possession away from him. 40 minutes in here of the first 45, the first half coming towards its conclusion here. Ball then pinged back on down into Harry. Harry into Taze, goes across here as Tachi there links that one out. I think Sporting are just playing to get to the half-time whistle here. 45 in-game minutes before we see a half-time team talk from both of these two. Definitely got to be saying, if you're Birmingham, they've had opportunities, they've just been wasted. They needed to realise a lot quicker about that compactness of Sporting and go out wide. They had to. Well, they'll play back across, and look at this movement. They play football so brilliantly at points. And this is why I'm saying the over-the-top through balls that Birmingham were doing in the first 20 minutes, they're just so needless. They can literally pass their way through this Sporting defence if they wish to. Ball there goes up. Sporting not ever going to win that one. That's a juggernaut, but that's a big, big mistake from Birmingham's defender. And that's a big, big tackle. That's a huge, huge defensive stop there to avoid that one being 2-0. Birmingham have just nearly cost themselves and then saved themselves. That's huge. A shaky 45 minutes, or in-game 45 minutes though so far from Birmingham City. There has to be a bit of a response there. Everything's got to be about a split second quicker, doesn't it? Got to be a split second quicker. You've got to target those wide areas. You've got to understand that when Sporting are compressing and compacting those centre-backs, you have to go out wide, and you've got to work those quick passes. I wonder if we're going to start to see less of those kind of over-the-top through balls, those aerial passageways from Birmingham, from Birmingham, excuse me. I need to see a bit of a formation shift, not a formation change, but I need to see those wide midfielders staying up. I think you've got to use the strikers almost as a decoy, as a Trojan horse, as a distraction. I think if you can do that, if Birmingham can kind of make Sporting compress and compact towards those forwards, and you let Kaiser Blue and you let the other wide midfielder kind of have free reign, they can get themselves into the box at an angle. Certainly can. Only the first half, still plenty of time to go though. You definitely do not want to concede the next goal if you are Birmingham City. You need this to be 1-1. You cannot afford 2-0 with how well Sporting have been playing on the defensive side of the football so far. Here we go then. Righty goes over to Eko Doki, pushing forward there. Is Tees, who goes across now over into Harry. Harry there having a good battle there against Tachi. Is again, just look at that, just the absolute strength, an absolute juggernaut on the sticks tonight. Ball then knocked on down, flicked on back across. Birmingham City here, this could be the moment. Harry twisting, turning, and that was a great effort. Already 5 in-game minutes into the second half. Much more positive, much more productive, much more lively from Birmingham City. Liking what I'm seeing. Whatever they must have said to each other in between those kind of intervals has definitely resonated. A really positive start here so far from the boys in blue. Master Mark here ready to take the throw. Is he going to go with this one? Links this one on down, flicks on back to Kaiser Blue. There goes Dong, who finds Kaiser. Kaiser still there begging for it, but the ball gets whipped across, and again they're just looking for these kind of whips and these crosses. I think they've just got to have the confidence to let one of their players drive in, come high and tight. When we're next in the opposite half, I'll show you. But look at this then. Look, Tees goes across to Harry, takes the shot. It's bundling, but Jesus Lord Almighty, near enough. Another big opportunity for Birmingham City. Down the left-hand side we go. Said opening 12 in-game minutes. Sporting are having to focus and concentrate so much more already than what they did in that first half. It's a good sign if you are a Birmingham City player. Goes back across there, switch of play. And I think what Sporting need to do now is they need to kind of get possession and need to control the tempo a little bit. If you're Sporting, the boys in the white and green, get the ball, ping it around a little bit, take time. Birmingham have to attack you, not the other way around. Ball that over the top, is it going to reach? No, of course not. Because I think so far, my man of the match with the purple wig there. Whoa, it's a big mistake though. Birmingham, what a save from the keeper. Oh, wow. Oh, Birmingham City. How is that not 1-1? Oh, wow, oh, wow. Look at the shock on the face of Harry there in the bottom left. He looks dumbfounded. I can't believe that isn't a goal. The keeper effectively presented him half the goal and still pulls off this windmill-like save. Incredible. Sporting Lisbon continuing to survive despite this horrendous second half. Oh, my goodness. Down it goes again to Moz. Plays now over into the middle of the park here. Here's Luke. Links that one forward, and it could be two. It's a save that saves the game. That just shows you how overexposed Birmingham are at points. Oh, wow. Sporting, again, forward they charge. Gets that one out to the chest of Birmingham City. Harry dispossessed. That's a sloppy touch for the midfield maestro. Goes over to Holmesy, links it forward. It's another great save. We've seen brilliant saves from one side, now brilliant saves from the other side. The keepers are showing out tonight. 67 minutes in, back to old familiar territory for Sporting. Corner kick here to come. Can they find 2-0 from this set piece? It's difficult to pick a man of the match so far. It really is. Ball there comes in. Ooh, a bit of an awkward one. Could have flipped and bobbled over, but a goal kick in the end for Birmingham. They're still alive here. Doyle. Oh no, Doyle, what have you done? And the gaffer's made a meal of it. It's a goal from Sporting. It's a grimace on the face of Harry in the bottom left corner, and it's an absolute howler to concede. It's poor from the gaffer. Doyle's got to hold his hands up here. He's sunk his team with that one, and that's a 2-0 lead to Sporting Lisbon. When everything positive in the second half was going Birmingham's way, that is not what you want to see. And you've got to think now, if you're Sporting in the green and white, you tighten those screws, you lock the door, you throw away the key, and you turn this game into Alcatraz. Do not let the goals fly here for Birmingham. Even if they get one, that may spring them into action to go and get a second and a third. Huge from Sporting to take advantage of that horrendous mistake, though. Sporting across the box here, go back once more, trying to maybe get cute and fancy with it. Maybe should have just took the shot at the near post, but again, you want to try and do everything you can to kind of fool the keeper. 72 minutes in here, Birmingham City staring down the barrel of a defeat for only the second time this season. A tough one to take because they have played so brilliantly in the second half. You have to give props to Birmingham. The adjustments they made from the first to the second half, it's like a different team coming out here in the second half. Here they come though. They've got to get a goal and get a goal quickly to have any hope. Taze there goes across. Where's he going to go? Plays to the inside, and it's just still, there's no shot, there's no action, there's no output from Birmingham City. Ball swings back in again. Header across here. Birmingham dispossessed, pickpocketed again by the man with the flame on afro for Sporting Lisbon. Kaiser Blue now dispossessed, but his backup arrives. Back to Kaiser Blue it goes. Inside here to Tees. Now finds Righty. Pokes it forward. Tees is not teasing anything other than a potential victory for Sporting. It's another corner kick for Birmingham City. How many more times in the box are Birmingham going to arrive before one goes past the keeper? Flicks across off the chest of Sporting, and it's away once again. 10 in-game minutes. You need 2 goals to rescue a draw, to rescue 1 point from a potential 3 tonight. Are they going to do it? It would take some monumental effort here. It really would. Ball there goes across. Left-hand side, Luke W. swings that one over, flicks it on down, absolutely nothing. Master mark into Spacey, twisting and turning. Spacey's having fun out there tonight, man. He is loving life out there in the box of Birmingham City. The most freedom I've seen this young man play with in seasons. He is loving it. Corner kick for Sporting. The keeper stays rooted to the spot, and it's almost like the keeper was waving the white flag there, boys. It's a goal for Sporting Lisbon, and that's 3-0. Again, it just felt like the Birmingham players there had given up. They had accepted defeat. The keeper was rooted to the spot. The marking was all off and janky, and that's 3-0. This is a statement, not just a victory. It is a statement of intent for the title once again this season from a team that are so well drilled. I've praised their defence tonight. Every area of the pitch has been sublime. Even the keeper, fantastic, keeping the clean sheet alive. The defence, the midfield, the forwards, everyone has played their part tonight for Sporting. And 3-0, I think, is just about right. They've absolutely deserved this, every single goal that they've got here. None of them can be put down to luck. It's purely a one-man show tonight. T's here, going forward again, cuts it back inside. Can he? Oh my God! Oh my! Wow! It's time to sell him to the worst league possible, lads. What in the heavens was that? He's just taken a shot. Rather than hitting the goal, he's hit the corner flag. That is going to be one of the most clippable moments for his team's Discord in quite some time. That is absolutely horrendous. And maybe he's got those Lukaku Timberland boots on tonight. Absolutely woeful. And tease that. Harry there through the middle of the pitch. Goes over to the left-hand side. Goes to righty in the end. Handled by Sporting. And this one tinkering down. And it will be a 3-0 victory for Sporting tonight. For Birmingham City, they'll have to dust themselves down, go again in the Cup on Wednesday. But there needs to be improvement. There has to be improvement. You want to go for the league title? You've got to improve. Not good enough tonight for Birmingham City. Sporting 3, Birmingham 0. It is a demolition job by the Portuguese. Birmingham City have a way to go. The only good thing is you got about 20, or well, not 20, about 17, 18 games still of the season to play for. But performances have to be better. I think man of the match for me tonight, I'm tied between the defender for Sporting that had the purple flowy hair. The keeper did excellent. I think you give it to anyone. I think you give it, again, even the game's given it to the LCB. Mikic, Rio, phenomenal performances absolutely everywhere, like a rash you can't get rid of in the defensive parts of the field tonight. Congratulations to Sporting again, though. A big 3 points and a big 3-0 victory against their league rivals here. Listen, we'll open up the doors, of course. We did it last season. We do it again to manager or co-manager interviews. If you are the Sporting gaffer, the Sporting co-gaffer, the Birmingham gaffer, the Birmingham co-gaffer, and you want to come on and have a little bit of a dissect and a bit of an interview about the game tonight, then ping me on Discord. We'll bring you on. Just make sure your microphone isn't out of the 1940s, and we can go from there. But a fantastic game. A fantastic game. I'm like that, never touching striker again. The confidence is shots. The confidence is shots. Well, for now, we will wait and see. Again, the calls are open. If anyone from Sporting, anyone from Birmingham wants to come on, answer a few questions about the game, they're there. If not, and you want to celebrate or completely annihilate your team in the dressing room, then you can do as well. No pressure to come on, but the doors are open for you. So let me know. And if not, then we'll end it there tonight. But can I come on? No, Jack, you play for neither team. Doyle will join. Is that you forcing Doyle onto me? Pause. Is that you forcing him onto me, or is he actually wanting to come on? Because I'll call him right now. I will. I'll do it. But I need you to be giving me... My voice is going, by the way. Holy hell. No, he's happy to. All right, fantastic. Okay, so we've got both the gaffers wanting to come on. We'll start with Doyle first. Of course, don't want to keep him for too long. It's no offense to the losing manager. You don't want to say it, but, it's what happened. And then, of course, we'll bring on the winning manager in Wills, who can give us his thoughts on that game. So let's call up Doyle and see what he's got to say. I am calling him on Discord, but it's not ringing. Hopefully it's all good. I have to just adjust the microphone volume as well, if that happens as well. Look at PSV. It's not a PSV match of the day, Mr. Allen. Eventually, PSV will get their slots. They will. They will. We're waiting for the join from XM Doyle, currently in the dressing room, giving his players hell. It could well be the case. In VFL voice call. It's absolutely perfect. It's already waiting for me in the media area. Wow. Look at that. You guys already know what's up. We love that. Well, that's fantastic. We got a Birmingham. We got like a double fixture. We've got the Birmingham City gaffer Doyle, and then you've actually got the co-manager / midfield maestro Harry waiting to come in. Well, the whole Birmingham team's in the call. We won't put all three of you in. We'll pull in Doyle and we'll pull in Harry. We've got a manager and a player here. Commiserations to you two tonight. A tough one to take against a very good team. I mean, Doyle, thoughts on that game? What went wrong for you and your squad there tonight, do you think?
First thing that went wrong was me giving them the second goal, to be honest.
It was a nightmare. I didn't want to say it, but it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare mistake from you.
It was awful. They pressed well, so it was like trying to get it to the right mid, and then instead of just knocking it over the top, I just tried to RBA it right through, and it just didn't go very well.
I was going to say,
one of them, to be fair.
I was saying, it was difficult in the first half because it felt like for the first 15 in-game minutes from my position, you guys were dominating the possession, you were dominating the chances, but you just couldn't find a way to solve the puzzle. I said on comms, the way that Sporting play defensively, they compact their kind of centre-backs a lot centrally. So I was thinking, the way that you get through them is to attack the wings, get the ball to Kaiser, get the ball on that right and left-hand side and penetrate inwards. But you went for a more aerial approach. You tried to go over the top. Did you feel like that worked? Because it felt like you switched that game plan a little bit in the second half and you had a lot more success. So why did you go a lot more aerial in the first half and then why did you change it in the second half?
Usually we try and play it like through the middle and knock it around and break teams down that way, but it just wasn't happening. Mm-hmm. So Taylor's quite tall at the back post, and then I think Kaz is as well. So it was just trying to get the knockdowns because it worked against Liverpool when we played them in the first game. Mm-hmm. We had a couple of chances come from that, so we thought we'd try and break them down that way and try and drag them out and then get it over and down. But they were just it wasn't happening. They were too quality at the back.
Yeah, I think I gave man of the match to the person at the game gave man of the match to the purple-haired person for Sporting. Had an absolute blinder of a game. I mean, Harry, we'll come to you. You've played midfield. You've played all over the park really in your career in teams like this Birmingham side. But I mean, today Sporting, they were so good. Where do you think, from your kind of veteran analysis, because you've been around for so many seasons, where did Sporting win the game today? Was it the midfield? Was it the defence? Was it the keeper? It felt like they played excellent everywhere. But for you, if you had to pinpoint that from your position in midfield, what did you look at Sporting and go, wow, they're really good at this?
I think their set pieces were dangerous. That was the most noticeable thing. To be honest, we can be pretty happy, I think, because I mean, we expected to be in Division 3. Obviously, we're in Division 2, which is good, but we're playing really well. So, played 2 top teams tonight. Didn't do too bad. But it's one of those ones that's on a knife edge. And, I mean, it could have been 1-1. Probably should have been 1-1. And then we're 2-0 down.
One time for the Gringos.
30 minutes to go. It's not looking good.
I will say, and again, this is an open question to either of you. The shot at the end, that's quite possibly one of the worst shots I've ever seen in nearly 14 years. We turned 14 as a league in March. That's quite possibly up there in the top 5 worst shots I've ever seen. So I have to ask this, and no offense to the guy that took the shot, is he naturally a striker? And if he is,
would you believe he's our top goal scorer?
Right. Well, there's some serious. How much has he had to drink then? That's the next question, because there's no reason that's shooting at the corner flag.
No, but how long has precision shooting been in FIFA? Because if it was longer, then you would have definitely seen misses like that, like 10 years ago, 100%.
No,
Tease is normally good. It just
Tease is great. He's
just didn't happen that game.
I don't want to make excuses for you, but you got a couple of older guys in the team. Not old, like you're not like 70, 80, but for our kind of demographic, we're old in this mode. Would you say maybe that it's the late kickoff tonight? Maybe some of the players fatigued, a little bit tired, or is that not an excuse?
Mate, no, it's
we're wired.
Wired.
We're ready to go. We've been waiting for it.
The Red Bulls and the coffees may have been handed out. Well, I mean, listen, like you said, you were expecting to be in a division lower. You're flying high in Division 2 at the minute. First weekend now done, wrapped up. I said on commentary, I used to love these games when I played early on in the season because it tells you what you need to improve on if you lose. You've lost tonight. You kind of now know what it's going to take to kind of compete with a top team like Sporting. So, I mean, lessons learned, would you say, or would you still would rather have played that game towards the back end of the season?
No, it's nice to play at the front because we're all towards the top of the table, so it takes the pressure off. Then two losses in the first weekend. Mm-hmm. It's considering we're where we were in SL3
Mm-hmm.
and then coming up to
Yeah, now
SL2
we're doing
playing
well.
better teams, it's to be top 4 before going into tonight, and then having 2 losses, one to Man City on Friday and then the second to Sporting. It's not awful.
No, I would agree.
The lads have played great. So
we've had a
it's
good weekend.
Absolutely.
Solid opening weekend.
The next question I have for you then, Doyle, is the transfer window opening again tomorrow afternoon / tomorrow evening. I mean, are there plans for Birmingham to go into the window for anything in particular, or is it going to be a quiet week for you in terms of the transfer window?
I've not had any.
Is on the transfer list.
Yeah, 50 mil for Tees if anyone wants a shot like that. No, there's no nothing's happening. I'm happy with the lads. We played well. We played how we want to.
Fair enough,
So,
man. Fair enough. Well, I definitely feel like the second half performance, definitely watch the commentary back if you get bored. I think the second half performance, the first kind of 20 minutes of the second half, you look completely different, and whatever you changed definitely had an impact on Sporting. You could feel that they were on the back foot, but like you said, it's one of those. You're against a good team, against a fantastic group of players that have that kind of caliber of winning as they did last season. I don't think this is the end for Birmingham City. I think no doubt there's going to be twists and turns in that division, absolutely. So I think just keep going with what you've got. I think the squad, the core, the spine of it, the midfield in particular, such a fun team to look at and kind of and study. So commiserations tonight, and all the best for next weekend. Anything that you two want to end off with before I boot you out the room here?
You come play wide mid, Gringo. Come on.
No.
Oh.
My legs.
He saw that performance and said absolutely not.
No. That would
take it easy, man.
No worries, man. I'll see you when I see you.
Cheers.
Doyle, thank you for coming on as well, man.
No worries. Cheers for having us.
All right. Well, we bring in the winners now. Of course, Sporting bringing their reinforcements here. We're going to be bringing in Jay Hypes, and we're going to be bringing in Luke as well, part of that Sporting team. What a performance from you two tonight, eh? Fantastic team performance. Like I said to the Birmingham lot, though, first kind of 15 minutes of the game, you looked a little bit off it. You looked like you were much more kind of soaking up the pressure and almost kind of, having a bit of a case study, a little bit of an analytical session as to how Birmingham play. Is that fair? Because you didn't look on it for the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, pretty much we were just sitting in, seeing how they play, and trying to counter-attack. That was the game plan to begin with, and obviously it paid off. So yeah, it was a tough start, but we stayed in it.
I mean, I'll tell you as well, I said this and I praised it. I don't know if you had the stream on in the background, but I think the defence tonight in particular played so well. Weird to say that the defence was the standout point in a 3-0 win, but I mean, they were so good in terms of how they dealt with the aerial balls in the first half, how they dealt with that increased tempo and pace of possession in the second half. I mean, They pointed to your set pieces as being fantastic. They pointed to your pressure and your press as being fantastic. What do you put the main crux of that victory down to tonight, Hypes? What is it? The defense? Is it the forwards? What do you put it down to?
Look, I'm going to say the whole team because, like I said, the defense can do their part, but the midfield and the strikers have to do their part as well. So we're all a team for that. But I think definitely we've got good tactics, good defensive aerial ability, so we can use that to our point. So yeah, we can go on that for sure.
So the one thing I want to kind of quickly drag on before I even forget this is I said towards the end, and I'll take this to Lukey. Spacey, I don't know how often you've played with Spacey. It looked absolutely comfortable, looked like he was in his element towards the end of the game, the final kind of 20-25 minutes. I mean, how important has he been for the team this season so far early on?
Time for the Gringos.
Yeah, I think he's a man of many positions, but someone that we can rely on top when we need to.
Spacey scores when he wants, for sure.
When he wants it. No, but he even when he does have games where he doesn't score, he's just someone who can link up the attack, can find the midfield to play again.
Yeah,
just a very good, versatile player.
I think you were all looking so confident. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Luke, but it felt to me like it completely felt like a weight got taken off your shoulders after that second goal, the horror show from the Birmingham gaffer where he played it right into the striker from playing out the back, and then you got the second goal, and then from there it just looked like the chains were off, the shackles were off. Is that accurate to say?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it was, to be honest, with that, especially the start of the second half, they were all over us. Definitely controlled the game way better than us. But like you say, lucky to come across that mistake for the second goal.
Yeah, and
definitely took the pressure off.
And I mean, for either one of you can take this one. I mean, you have that kind of winning caliber, as I talked about, even though it's not Super League 1, it's not Champions League, it's not World Cup, but said winning, when you win, it breeds a mentality, it breeds a winning atmosphere. Do you feel like the success of last season has put you now in a position where you actually enjoy those games against top teams like Birmingham rather than kind of fear them? Because again, when you're a player coming up and you don't really play on stream often, or you don't play these big games often, you often, you get a little bit shaky, you get a little bit nervous about these games, but you looked so comfortable after the 20th minute today. It just felt like this is a team that is prepared to go and win again this season. Would you say that's fair?
100%. I think I can say this myself and Luke, since we both took over from the previous manager, we just wanted to implement the style of, we want to win every game. We want to compete. A lot of people, don't know much about us and rule us out, but we come to win every game, and that's the key for sure. We want to win. We want to win the Super League 2. We want to push on Super League 1, and we want to keep this team going for a long period of time. So it's a guarantee. We want to push for top 2. 100%.
And I think, and I'll say this from my perspective, being a guy that not just watches rather than plays. I always say this. I say it when it comes to UFC, I say when it comes to Madden, I say when it comes to FIFA, it's always nice to see a group stick together and see the clear as day improvement month after month or season after season. There is a clear improvement happening in that sporting team with every player involved. I think it's a fun project to definitely be involved in. So, I think you've got something really good over there, man. I think you do. And I think, again, the sky's the limit. Why not? Go and compete for Super League 2. Go and compete for the Champions League. It will be a tough one to win the Champions League, as you both know. But listen, you only get better by playing in those top competitions against those top players. And I think, like I said, if the mentality is right, which it sounds like it is, then you can be kind of the surprise package, not just of the season, but of the calendar year of 2026. So I'm impressed.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
No worries.
Yeah,
well, listen,
I think it's kudos to you and like the league system as well, because like starting in League 3 and stuff, it just give us that foundation, to find players. Like a
100%.
few of us play at a good level, but it's different building a team, for a weekend league. But having that season to find our feet and then push on again this season, we're really enjoying it. So thank you.
Thank you, bro.
You're very, very welcome. Well, listen, a fantastic performance once again tonight. Sporting 3, Birmingham City 0. If you just joined us with the final kind of post-match interviews. And listen, how far can Sporting go this season? That is the fun team, the fun project to keep your eyes peeled on. Hypes, Luke, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, mate. Take it easy.
Thank you, mate. Cheers.
All right, fellas, a fantastic match of the day, absolutely. And again, a big thank you tonight to GSG TV. You're going to be seeing a lot more of us kind of on there. Make sure you follow that. Make sure you get involved. Make sure you download the app. They are going to be one of the entertainment hubs taken over this year in 2026. Absolutely. A big thank you to everyone tonight who came in and watched. Again, these Match of the Day streams, they're shorter. They're 40, 45 minutes, but we get that action. We get that interview process. We get everything going in a real kind of smooth way to end your Sunday night. Before I give a couple of announcements as well, thank you so much, M4 Bab, VFL Baz, Josh Morgan, Lux as well. Thank you so much for the follows. Remember, tomorrow, I don't know what time it'll be, 6 or 7 p.m., the VFL transfer window opens again. We're back with cup action on Wednesday, and then of course game week 2 next weekend. So listen, it's all up in the air. The season's here, the season's there. Let's see who comes out on top. VFL Talk VFL tomorrow. We'll be going through all the leagues, evaluating and scanning and doing calls and bringing people in. So if you want something to listen to before your 65 hours of FIFA tomorrow, we're live 6 p.m. until 7:30 p.m. here again to talk about week 1. So if you got a mic that doesn't sound like it's from the 1950s, come through, have your opinion on your team, talk some smack about another team, do whatever you like. The calls will be open for you. Take care, take it easy, have a fantastic start to your week tomorrow, and if you need me, I'll be on Discord probably doing stats or something admin related, so I'll be there. Take care, take it easy, and we'll see you when we see you tomorrow or next weekend for another Match of the Day episode. Good night.